It's a hot summer's morning on July 27th, 2025, and patrol officers from the Holbrook Police Department are descending on the intersection of highways 77 and 180. They're going deep into the Arizona desert. Just minutes earlier, dispatch had received a call from a woman identifying herself as the mother of a 10-year-old girl, Rebecca Baptiste. She reported that Rebecca had run away from home, something she had done twice already within the space of a week. On those occasions, she had been located relatively quickly. This time, however, was different. You see, according to the caller, Rebecca had gone missing for quite a while, and in the end had been found in a ditch by some neighbours who were out and about riding quad bikes. After the discovery was made, they reportedly took her back to the family home, where she appeared motionless but still breathing. Instead of calling for emergency services, the caller, along with her boyfriend, decided to drive Rebecca to the Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center in Show Low, Arizona. But along the way, they noticed she had started to change color and became fully unresponsive. So they pulled over at the intersection of highways 77 and 180, and that's when she finally made the call.
911, what's the location of your emergency?
We're on I-80 headed towards Holbrook.
I have you on the 180 about milepost 313.
Yeah.
Okay, is your emergency on the highway?
It's my daughter. She's with us. We live out in the desert, and we're on Holbrook to the EMS station.
You're trying to get her to the EMS?
Yes.
Okay, how old is your daughter?
10.
She's 10, and what's going on with her?
She ran away for the third time in a week in the desert, and when the neighbor found her in the wash, she was unresponsive completely. And by the time she got back to the house, she was barely breathing, so I'm breathing for her now. She's unresponsive, unconscious, and unable to breathe for herself.
Okay, so she's still unconscious, unresponsive?
Yes.
They found her in the wash, and she's been unresponsive.
We didn't know where else to take her. There's no hospital near here.
I do need to warn you, she has...
Who's her parents?
Right here. Oh, sorry, you're talking about.
I'm sorry, Reed. She's his parents?
She was talking to her.
She's been unresponsive since the neighbors brought her. He said he found her just laying in the wash, just gasping.
How long ago?
I don't know how long it took us to get here.
I
It took us like maybe 30 minutes to get here.
We live 20 miles east of Petrified Forest.
And you guys didn't call the ambulance?
I was calling and the phone kept dropping. I talked to a sheriff.
There's no reception
and
out there.
It dropped. I told her we were 20 miles east of the Petrified Forest.
Can I take over and I'll grab some? How long has it been since she's been responsive?
We don't know. She ran away and they found her in the dirt. We only know for as long as he got her on the quad and gave her to
I'm
us.
not getting any signs.
Where were you guys at?
We live
20 east of Petrified Forest, and we're like 20 minutes in.
So you're in Apache County?
Yeah, I believe so. We just moved here at the start of the month, so I'm still kind of getting the...
She was involved in an accident?
No, she ran away. She's on medications. And she hasn't been on these medications in about a month because we've been moving.
Okay.
And then she ran.
Hold on a second.
Oh, sorry, because I was like...
What happened, guys?
She ran away. And when they found her, this is how she was.
How long?
We don't know.
It's been at least
We
30
don't-
minutes.
It took us like 30 minutes just to get here.
Okay. Let's get her in our rig. Okay. I think she's been down a while, but we'll just work in a rig, yeah.
I didn't know where else to take her. I didn't know where the closest places was.
Here, let's just grab
We're like smack dab right between here, Concho, and that's it.
Okay, you all right? Go ahead and let me get some info from you. So you guys drove her this far?
Everyone that's out there tells us that it takes longer for you guys to get there than it is just to get here.
We're Holbrook. Do you have
Like an address?
no? Do you have ID?
Yeah. It's from Phoenix though, because
Okay, that's fine. And what's address?
Concho. Concho AZ A5924.
Copy, Arizona, ID that.
I'm sorry, what?
How long has it been since you found her unresponsive?
We don't know. The neighbor brought her.
For us, it's
When did the neighbor bring her?
It's 11:48. It had to have been probably close to 11. At least 30.
What's your neighbor's name?
I don't know. I just moved out here. Most of the people that I know are relatives of my uncle who died. So I'm still getting used to the people.
Whose child is that?
It's fine.
Okay. Is that hers too?
No, that's my girlfriend.
Okay.
Did you get her ID?
No.
Her name's Rebecca.
I gotta get her ID.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about that.
You guys might have been closer to Concho.
We didn't know Concho had a facility that would be able to
Right.
handle
Well,
this.
EMS would be closer.
That's what I was hauling ass to, was the EMS center down there, past the overpass.
What's a good phone number for you?
Because I thought Snowflake or Taylor. I was heading that way because I thought that was the closest medical facility.
Okay. So explain to me what happened.
We started the day out normal. She's been running away for the last 3 or 4 weeks since we picked her. She ran away this morning. We went out and tried to find her, and our neighbor found her.
What time this morning?
We got up about 9:30, so it would have been close to 10:30.
So you guys saw her the night before?
Yeah.
Okay.
We all sleep in the same building.
Okay. And then, so you said she ran around that morning, and you guys were trying to find her?
This morning. Yeah, this morning.
morning,
Yeah,
yeah.
this morning. Yeah.
And you guys went out trying to find her, and then your neighbors found her?
Neighbor found her. Yeah.
Okay, what were they doing down there? How'd they find her?
We're on quads.
They were on their quads, okay. And then they brought her to you
Yeah.
at your house?
Yeah. Well, it's technically was my great uncle's. He died recently, so we moved in there.
Okay.
So that's kind of how people know us up there.
Did she have any signs of life when she got brought to you?
She was almost basically like this. She was slightly responsive. She was still breathing on her own.
What do you explain to me what you mean responsive?
Like she was just breathing on her own.
Breathing on her own?
But that was about
Okay.
it. And then as we were driving this way, started seeing color change in her lips, and we were just fucking hauling it.
Okay, you said she...
Yeah, she got that when she was in Phoenix.
Okay.
She ran away.
Did you guys take her to get treated for it?
Yes, she has a primary care, and then she also did a 7-day stay down in Phoenix.
642, copy.
Okay.
Not for that, but just for a prior incident.
Okay. And explain to me what you're going through. You said she's diagnosed with what? Can you explain that to me? Okay.
She was on 3 different medications before we left. I can't remember the third one right now. But it's been a little bit since she's been on her medication since we moved up here.
Okay. Did he get her information from you yet?
No, I don't think so.
No? Okay, I'm gonna get that from you. Hang tight for me, okay? All right, ma'am. So walk me through what happened today.
We were outside starting the morning. Before I can get waters in the bottles, she went running off again.
Okay, you saw her run off?
No, she
Oh, okay.
disappears. We have them play in the yard, and she was supposed to go stand in the shade and go wait for me, because that's where we've been keeping her, to be outside, because she can't be trusted in the building, because she gets there's knives, there's weapons, there's everything.
Okay.
So I had her standing outside. I turned around to go grab waters for bottles, and she was gone.
Okay. Was she complaining of any pain, any sickness, anything like that today?
She's been complaining of a headache.
A headache?
Ever since she ran away the first day, she's been complaining of a headache.
Okay, this is frequently running away lately?
It's 3 times in less than 2 weeks.
She actually ran away a week before we moved out here. So
she actually jumped out the window.
Who's the little girl?
This is the phone number for the doctor.
Grab
You told them that, but EMS is asking what's her name and date of birth.
It's right here.
K. K.
Yeah, sorry.
You're
Yeah,
good.
go for it.
H. Yep.
Okay.
I'm looking for a
Last name
directory.
Baptiste.
So I can give him his name.
BAPTISTE.
And that's her primary, that's what she's been seeing? Okay. All right, ma'am, what's your first name?
Anicia. ANICIA.
And your last?
Woods.
WOODS?
Yes, ma'am.
Date of birth? And your social? What's your address?
Same as his.
It's number. Concho AZ 85924.
What's a good phone number for you, ma'am?
His. Yeah.
Okay, did he get your phone number from you?
Yeah, I can give it to you right now though.
I'll get it, hang on just a second. He got all your information, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, let me get that number just in case. So
I was telling the other officer over there in the beige that she, just before we came up here, I didn't tell him about what he was bringing up, how Dad brought up, she just ran away before we came up here. That one was super scary. She kicked out a screen and jumped out
How long ago was
the
that?
second store window.
It was
a week before we moved here.
It was the last week of June.
So it sounds like there's been a history of behavioral issues?
Yes, he was asking me if she had a history. She's had this long history of running away.
Okay.
So, I don't know exactly where, do you know where they're going? Because he told us-
LCMC. Little Colorado Medical Center in Winslow.
Will one of you guys be able to can we follow someone that way? We don't know
It's
the
either
area.
that or I can just Google it.
Yeah, I'll get you the address.
All right, we're not from this area.
Are they going to LCMC?
Most likely, unless they got a pulse.
Did they? Good.
I noticed when he had handed her to us that bulge in her chest, and that was making me afraid of. I didn't even think to start CPR. I just thought, let me keep breathing for her and let's just go.
Okay.
But I was telling that officer she has a long history of no physical health conditions, but it's mental health. For the last 3 years,
Has she been seeing a provider for her mental health?
We took her to Tarot. She was seeing a psychiatrist there that put her on
Tarot?
medications. Taros. TERROS.
Who's the doctor?
It was starts with a K, but it's yes, ma'am.
With a
K. Last name is a K.
K.
Yes.
And then where was that?
It's in Phoenix. So there's multiple offices, but it's one off of. And what was that other street, babe?
How long did she see them?
She's been seeing them for 2.5 years. Since we first had an incident, we basically took her there.
Okay.
So they're going to Little Colorado Medical Center. I think it's 1520 Williamson in slow right now until they can get a medical air vac. And if she gets air vac, they'll probably take her to Flagstaff. And then Flagstaff, they may or may not take her down to Phoenix.
For Phoenix Children's.
Yeah, so I would just follow up with the hospitals. That'll be the fastest route to figure that out.
And that's where I was telling you. I had told him the first time that she ran away, she was taken over to Phoenix Children's Hospital and she ended up on a 7-day hold, a psychiatric hold. She has a long history with running to DCS and making up stories of her brothers.
So there has been DCS cases before?
Yeah,
I just got them back from the state.
That's the caller, 29-year-old Anicia Woods, and her boyfriend, 32-year-old Richard Baptiste. Spoiler alert, Anicia isn't Rebecca's biological mother, though Richard is her biological father. Still, Anicia had been a part of Rebecca's life for a few years leading up to this point. As you can see, the pair stuck to the same story. Rebecca had escaped from home, like she had done multiple times in the past. Some locals found her and brought her back to the family home. Anicia and Richard were about to take her to the hospital, and then they pulled over when she became fully unresponsive. And sure, if we take them at their word, this story makes complete sense. After all, they say she had a long list of mental health related issues, had been seeing a psychiatrist just weeks before this police interaction. Rebecca, according to those two, was a child in need of some help. However, and to no surprise, all isn't what it seems. And towards the end of this conversation, Anicia lets her mask slip ever so slightly. If we're to believe Anicia, then this 10-year-old child, Rebecca, is nothing more than a troublemaker who hates living in her neighbourhood that much that she's willing to go out of her way to quite literally hurt herself just to get away from it. Now, what makes sense to you? That explanation? Or maybe, just maybe, Anicia and Richard are the problem, not the area. You may have missed it, but a crack in Anicia's story has just emerged before your very eyes. You see, it was true the family had just moved to the area. However, she's describing events that had taken place not just when they moved there, but over the past few years as well. Something's not adding up. Could this be a simple mistake in how she's recounting the story? Sure, maybe Rebecca hated her previous neighbourhoods as well, so she hurt herself back then too. But I'll pose this question to you. What's the likelihood of that happening?
Okay, who is your caseworker?
No, there is none now.
Who was?
There was multiple. The last one was transferred to a different division.
When was the last time you had contact with them?
The case was closed May. May
of this year?
May of last year.
Last year?
That's when we got our youngest back.
Okay.
And that's when the official case was closed. Her case was closed about a year before that.
Okay.
But she still, while his case was open, DCS kept having new cases open because Rebecca would go to school and had all these different allegations. And what was becoming alarming to not only her therapist but to the DCS workers was that she started having markings. Like she had bruises on her hands and her arms, and they took pictures and thought Rebecca had told her that we had done it.
Okay.
And it was her way to try to get taken out. The first time she ran away, she told us that she didn't want to live here. She was just trying to leave. But we explained to her, everyone explained to her the dangers that come with this. She did. She ran away like 3 days after that, and then now this. But she's been complaining of headaches since the first day and basically dehydrated ever since the first day. I was telling him her mouth has been really bad since the first day.
Okay, I need to talk with him real quick. So who's the biological mother?
Her name is Sandy Hawkins.
Spell that.
S-A-N-D-I. And then Hawkins is H-A-W-K-I-N-S.
H-A-W-K what?
I-N-S.
Okay, where's she live?
I have no idea. She's a drug addict.
Okay, where's the last place you know of her being?
She was in Phoenix, and it was some apartment complex off of... I don't even remember the name of it.
Has she been in the little girl's life at any point, visiting, anything like that?
She stopped coming to visits.
It's like about 2.5, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Do you have a number for her?
No.
Is there a way to get a hold of her?
I would assume Facebook Messenger. Okay. I don't have contact with her. Just.
Do you know her date of birth by any chance?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you know Sandy's date of birth? How long has it been since mom's been involved, you said?
2.5 years.
2 years?
2.5, maybe 3.
How
easily.
do you have full custody? How does that go?
So I just got the kids back and I've been working on getting full custody.
Okay, so you guys, between you and her, you have shared right now?
Only through whatever legal standpoint that is.
Okay.
I just don't have time.
Yeah, her mom was coming to visit Ty, and DCS basically told us don't do visits if she's gonna be like that. We'll take care of them, and she never did them.
Okay.
And then she never showed up to any courts, never did drug testing, never did anything. So I let bygones be bygones, essentially.
Okay.
Well, technically you're not supposed to, but I understand given the circumstances.
We don't ever do this. We were freaking out. We tried calling you guys from.
That's a good phone number for you?
Yeah.
Okay, I called you County, just to notify them. They're supposed to be calling me back.
Rebecca Baptiste was initially taken to the Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center, but within hours was transferred to the Phoenix Children's Hospital because of the severity of her condition. And what was that, you may be asking yourself? Well, it was determined that she had suffered a traumatic brain injury and showed no meaningful brain activity. Once she arrived at the Phoenix Children's Hospital, she was hooked up to a life support machine, and just 3 days later, on July 30th, that machine was switched off after she was pronounced brain dead by doctors. 10-year-old Rebecca, sadly, died alone in hospital. She wasn't just found with a brain injury though, ladies and gentlemen. No. According to the medical examiner, she was, quote, black and blue from head to toe, had missing toenails, some of those were forcibly removed, others had came off by themselves, was malnourished and dehydrated, had lacerations and cuts, and had swelling and abrasions. The evidence, according to medical professionals, showed that she sustained prolonged abuse over several years. In other words, she had allegedly been tortured by those who were supposed to take care of her. Which begs the question then, if the DCS, the Arizona Department of Child Safety, were involved with the family, why wasn't anything done to prevent this from happening? Well, this is what they had to say on the matter. It is with a heavy heart that we acknowledge the death of Rebecca Baptiste, a child who was known to the department. Anytime a child in our community is harmed, it deeply affects us all, especially when we know the family. Our dedicated staff work tirelessly to ensure the safety of all children, but tragically those who intend to harm children can sometimes evade even the most robust systems designed to protect them. In response to this incident, the department is actively collaborating with law enforcement in a joint investigation to ensure that people responsible for this heinous act are brought to justice. The department would like to correct some information made public by other sources related to the death of Rebecca Baptiste. According to department records, Empower School called the hotline 5 times in the past year, and 1 time the allegations met statutory report criteria. The other 4 times the department was not able to investigate the allegations because they did not meet the statutory threshold for abuse or neglect. We do not have any records that a relative called the hotline after 2019 to allege abuse or neglect of Rebecca or her siblings. So, for those of you who are slightly confused by that statement, the DCS is in part responding to Rebecca's school, Empower College Prep. Once word about the incident had started to make headlines, the local community was furious and the school felt like it was their place to let everyone know they did the best they could to inform the DCS of alleged abuse that had taken place inside the home. In their statement, they claimed to have receipts which showed they called the DCS on 12 different occasions. Although we cannot explain why DCS is missing records of our calls, the reality remains that staff from Empower College Prep made reports to DCS regarding abuse and neglect by the parents of Rebecca Baptiste, 12 times, specifically on January 22nd, January 16th, and January 15th of 2025, November 16th, October 31st, October 30th, September 16th, September 13th, and February 13th of 2024, and on December 13th, November 3rd, and November 2nd of 2023. Our staff was told 4 times that the report was assigned to the same DCS supervisor for further investigation. She only visited the school once to further investigate. On each of the other 8 reports, our staff was told the report would be marked as information only. Additionally, Empower College Prep notified Phoenix PD of concerns for Rebecca's welfare this past spring through its school resource officer who visited the home, witnessed Rebecca with a black eye, and also reached out to DCS to seek protection for her and her siblings. At no time was our staff ever informed that our reports did not meet the statutory threshold for abuse or neglect. Rather, we were promised follow-up that never occurred, even though each of the 12 reports included clear and observable signs of neglect, and ongoing harm of a young girl and her 2 younger brothers. These included visible physical markings, consistent reports of food deprivation, evidence of unreasonable punishment, and repeated indicators of both physical and emotional neglect. Each report was made in accordance with mandated reporting laws and professional training that every staff member undergoes the Monday prior to the first day of school every year. In addition to reports from our school, outside agencies have shared with us that they made at least 20 additional reports to DCS to protect Rebecca and her siblings. Ultimately, Rebecca endured excruciating pain and was brutally murdered by those responsible for protecting her. The agency whose mission it is to create physically and psychologically safe environments for children, families, caregivers, staff, and service providers was notified of this risk more than a dozen times. We deeply desire justice for Rebecca and all necessary changes and accountability to provide the protection all children deserve. During police interviews, the pair somewhat changed their story and would go on to admit that they were physical while disciplining Rebecca. However, at this moment in time, it isn't clear if they're going to plead guilty to the charges that were placed against them. Initially, those included first-degree murder, kidnapping resulting in death and sexual injury, sexual assault of a minor, and child relating to Rebecca's siblings. At a recent court hearing, though, the prosecution announced they're only pursuing the murder charge and now a single child abuse charge in relation to Rebecca. That's all we have on this case so far. As you know, we're only in August. This happened to take place at the end of July. So we're gonna have to see how this one plays out. I've given you everything that we know so far, so keep an eye out for updates on this one if you want to find out more.